Sources tell ABC News officials have arrested 8 people with suspect ties to ISIS. Officials initially allowed them into the U.S. through the southern border last year. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
8 people with suspected ties to ISIS are now behind bars, with federal authorities taking them into custody in the last few days. Sources telling ABC News the Tajikistan nationals entered the U.S. illegally in recent months through the southern border and were vetted at the time. But later, authorities uncovering information that raised suspicions about them, according to law enforcement sources, particularly their possible connection to the terror group's Afghanistan affiliate known as ISIS-K. That group has been blamed for the concert hall attack outside Moscow that killed more than 100 people back in March, and the 2021 suicide bombing in Kabul that killed 13 American servicemen. At least some of the individuals were monitored, and eventually all were taken into custody in New York, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia, according to law enforcement sources. The FBI has warned ISIS-linked individuals might try to enter the country from the border with Mexico. And a new report from the Department of Homeland Security's Inspector General faults the vetting and screening of non-citizens. Until there's better technology and procedures, the report warns the U.S. is at risk of letting dangerous people enter or stay in the country.
There was already a heightened risk of violence in the United States before October 7th, and since then, we've seen a rogues gallery of foreign terrorist organizations call for attacks against Americans and our allies.
But some Homeland Security experts say it's possible federal authorities let them into the country to help lead law enforcement to a bigger threat.
We may have not immediately scooped them up because we wanted to see who they were affiliated with.
There's not enough evidence to charge these 8 people, but immigration authorities are expected to deport them. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.